course Basic Manufacturing Process Unit and Lecture 56 Machining and Working Principle of the Drilling and Other Machining Process. Agenda for today present in this video: milling, the milling machine and the working principle of milling machine and types of the milling machines and key way of milling machines, skin and skin and spar for milling machine, planter and milling machines, and okay, milling machines operations of the milling machines operations. The milling machines in operation is presented in this the operation that can be performed. The milling machines are broadly classified in the following the plain milling machine, facing milling machine, angular milling machine, strategy milling machine, from milling machine, end milling machine. These one by one present in this video. Present in detail. The plain milling machine, it is also known as sub milling, is known and also inch sub milling. A plain milling cutter is used for the produce a plain flat horizontal surface parallel to the axis of the rotation. The workpiece mounted on the table and the tool is secured secured properly on the spindle. The working principle of the milling machines and face milling. The face milling operation is used for the machine flat surface on the face milling cutter is the cutter for which is the rotating in an axis perpendicular to the work surface. The plain milling cutter, this is the cutter of the machine and this is the mounted on the shaft of the tools. This is the cut of the tip of the tool in the tools of the milling machine. The plain side cutting, this is the plain side of milling cutter. This is the work of the tools of the workpiece. The the this is a special design of the cutters in this tools of the, this is rotating in this motion of the tools. This is the cell type face milling cutter. This is the tools is made of the self self types of the tip. Self type of the tools is used in the flat surface. This is the other surface of built up types of face milling cutter. This is the built up of the step by step built up with the face of cutter. Angular milling machines. The milling, the angular milling is the operation used for the machine flat surface at an angle. Working principle of the milling machine is continue. The types of the Staggered or milling machine, the types of the cutter arrow to the cylindrical heavy straight teeth of the width alternate teeth having the opposite helix angle. Helix angle. This is the double angle of machine cutter. This is the double angle of machines. The machines are mounted on the workpiece, and this is the supported on the cover of the tools. Milling cutter tools is the special of the tools, and this is the in a tapered of this tool is used in angle of cutting. The single angle of cutting tools is the machines, and the double angle milling cutter, this is a double angle milling cutter, and one angle is the this is the tools, and other is the made of the rotary and diameter of the cutter. This is the angle. This is the tube of the angle made of the angle, special angle of the cutting tools in the made of growing widths. This is widths of the tools and dimensions, and the small size of this is small of the dimensions of the cutting in the chamfered. This is the provided to the tool of the chamfered for the cutting, and second is the milling single angle of cutting tools. Is the made of the single angle of the cutting tools of the machine, is the made of small tip of the tool in the mounted. Working principle is continuing of the machine, uh, the form of milling, the types of milling cutter used for cut some of the profile of the counter for workpiece. These are used for the convex, convex and convey the corner of the rounding of the gear both in the workpiece. This is the cut for the dispersal of the tools in the soft point of the convex. This is the convex feeling end of the cutter. Convex feeling of in the cutter. This is the mounted on the first tip and the second of the end of the cutter. Convex angle of the cutter. This is the angle, special angle for the cutting of the machine, and this is the tools of the machine, and this is the front stage of the tools, and the is the vertical front of the tools face. Working principle is continuing of the milling machine, the target milling machine, the types of the cutter narrow and cylindrical having target teeth of the alternate teeth having the opposite angle. This is the opposite angle of the cutting tools in the surface of a target teeth slide of milling cutter, and this is the other types of milling cutter. The suggest front face of the milling cutter and side face of the cutter is this same slide of the side milling cutter. Working principle continuing in milling machine. The end of milling, the types of cutter having teeth of the circumferential surface of in the use for the facing of profiling end of the milling operations. This is the tool is made of the growing types of the tooling is made. The straight shank of this is the straight shank of the milling cutter, and suppose the second is the strength of the milling cutter is the two tips shape taper of shank is in the milling cutters. Suppose that the this is the tip of the tools and the special geometry of the tool. The end of tip of the cutter is sub. This is the tools for the mounted on the four of the gear in the hand. The, this is the end teeth of the cutter. This is the end face of the. This is the face of the special size of the design of shape, and this is the mounted on the tools. Is the front size of the center of cuttings of the motion of the end of milling cutters of this tip. Thank you so much.